Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, another time for our live. So, today we're going to be talking about sacred union. And it's been a lot of interest about this, or understandably so. So, divine union, often referred as sacred union, is the spiritual concept of merging the sacred feminine and masculine energies in perfect harmony. Now, remember, I'm going to be talking a lot about sacred feminine and sacred masculine. That doesn't mean man and woman. It can be, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about energies, okay? So there can be a male very on his sacred feminine and a female very much on her sacred masculine. We all have both. We just lean more into one than the other. Most of the time, females are in the feminine energy, and most of the time, males are in their masculine energy. But we both have both. And sometimes people have a different one from their gender. Okay. So, but every time I say sacred feminine and sacred masculine today, I'm talking about energies, not gender. Okay. Perfect. So it's about the merging of the energies and putting them in perfect harmony. It's a profound inner and outer transformation that leads to wholeness, okay? Both within oneself, the inner one, and in relationships, the outer one. When we talk about inner transformation and outer transformation. When I say inner transformation, we're talking about transformation within oneself, and outer transformation is within a relationship, any kind of relationship, uh, um, a love relationship, or like a couple's relationship, or any other kind of relationship that's important to you. Okay, this union transcends physicality and aims to unite the spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical aspects of the person, creating a deep alignment with higher consciousness. So, if you're a twin, and I know a lot of you and me are twins out there, and you want to go into union with your counterpart, you first must achieve sacred union between yourself. Sorry. It's the only way it's going to work. You can be in union. Is it going to work? Are you going to be happy? Is it going to last? No. Well, it may last not very well, because you have to be in union. You have to create that inner union within yourself first for it to work. You have to love yourself first before you can truly love another, right? So sacred union in spirituality, in spiritual terms, sacred union represents the reunion, the union of the two polarities, right? Masculine and feminine, light and dark, spirit and matter, into a state of oneness. It's seen as a return to the original state of unity before separation, symbolizing the soul's journey towards enlightenment and higher love, right? Spirit is all love. So the masculine side and the feminine side need to come together for the biggest love, right? The higher love. This concept is reflected in many, many traditions. And we're going to talk about some of those. So in alchemy, known as the marriage of the sun, which is the masculine, and the moon, which is the feminine, symbolizing the integration of the opposites to achieve the philosopher's stone or spiritual gold. Okay, that's in the alchemy tradition. Now, in Eastern philosophy, for example, we have tantric traditions, and sacred union is represented by the fusion of Shiva, which is the masculine consciousness, and Shakti, which is the feminine energy. Together, they represent the cosmic dance of creation. In Christian mysticism, the idea of union of the divine, often depicted as the marriage between the soul, which is the feminine, and God or Christ, is the masculine, signifies the deep spiritual union that transcends the material world, right? That's why priests and nuns even have a wedding band, right? Because they're married to God, to Christ. Okay. Now, what's the inner union? The inner sacred union is about achieving balance and harmony within oneself by integrating the sacred feminine and masculine energies. In this state, the person is no longer ruled by either energy, but experience seamless blend of both, allowing them to operate in a place of wholeness. Now, that's the ultimate goal. Can we achieve that? Sure. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Because as humans, as part of our human experience and the culture we live in, we cannot completely ignore the culture. There's some cultures that are way stricter than others, and we can think about many, that there's roles that are specific to the feminine and masculine genders that are incredibly strict, and it's really hard for one gender to be in both energies. Okay, so can it be done? Absolutely. Really hard, but we can try, especially in a country like this one, like ours, where that it's more flowing nowadays, right? You have, and we're going to talk about genders now. You have men staying at home and taking care of the children. I think that's fantastic. So they lean into that feminine, not that they have anything, they're not masculine, but in terms of energy, they're in the nurturing, taking care of children, which is not only perceived as female, but is feminine energy. Okay. So in this country specifically, and other countries in Europe, in other places, there's more fluidity between the energies, between the feminine and masculine energies. So it's easier for us to try to find that balance. That we can find it 100%, it's kind of hard to do, but we can try to do it, definitely. Okay. Now, what's the feminine within? What are those characteristics of the feminine energy? This energy governs intuition, receptivity, creativity, and flow of emotions. When balanced, it brings deep wisdom and empathy. Okay, now what's the masculine characteristics? This energy governs action, decision making, structure, and strength. When balanced, it empowers focus, achievement, and protection. The inner journey towards the sacred union involves a sip of water. What does this involve? What do you have to do to try to balance those energies? There's that word again that we're always talking about and people just walk away from. Shadow work. Shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. Healing deep wounds or subconscious patterns that block the flow of these energies. For example, healing masculine wounds may involve addressing control issues, rigidity, fear of being vulnerable. Healing feminine energy wounds may include releasing fear of powerlessness or passivity, right? So, shadow work. Another thing that we can do is self-love and acceptance. You need to love yourself, all of you. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, okay? So embracing all aspects of yourself, both light and shadow, without judgment, okay? Now, that doesn't mean, well, this is who I am. Sometimes I'm a jerk and that's just who I am. No, that's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about loving who we are as we are. We're trying our best to be the best that we can be every day, right? Which is going to look different because we're in different energies every day, but we need to try to be the best of ourselves every day, not just because I'm known to be a jerk, I'm just going to continue to be a jerk and I love the jerkiness of myself. No, that's not what I'm saying. All right. The other thing that you can do is balancing energies, right? This is what we're trying to achieve. So cultivating practices that strengthen the energies that are less prominent. So I'm a female, but I'm mostly in my feminine energy. I need to strengthen my masculine side, which I'm doing right now a lot, managing this business. I'm so out of water. It's hard. It's a learning process. So cultivating practices that strengthen the energy that is less prominent, okay, while harmonizing those that may be overly dominant. So I need to strengthen my masculine and harmonize and not try to debilitate or not try to put in the shadow my feminine. It's not about that. It's my feminine, blah, blah, blah. My feminine is here. I need to bring my masculine here and put it together, right? This integration leads to a life of greater flow, ease, and alignment, where one can act decisively with wisdom, decisively masculine, wisdom feminine, and love, grounded in both strength and intuition. Strength masculine, intuition feminine, right? Now, let's talk about outer sacred union. This is what most people want to hear about. So in relationships, in the context of relationships, sacred union can be seen as the meeting of two individuals who have achieved a degree of balance within themselves and come together to experience an even deeper union. This can happen in romantic relationships, soul connections, or spiritual partnerships, where both parties contribute to their balanced energies to co-create something beautiful and expansive. We always want to grow, okay? We want it to be expansive. Twin flames. Some believe that sacred union is most powerfully expressed in the union of twin flames. One soul having two human bodies, two human experiences, one as a feminine, the other as a masculine, often described to having been split at the beginning of time. Yes. So when your soul was created, every soul, we all have a twin. Okay. The soul divided and decided, hey, I'm going to have a masculine experience over here and I'm going to have a feminine experience over there. So we have one twin flame forever. Yes, we do. That's why when we meet, we recognize each other's soul. It's like no other. And we feel that difference because we recognize it's our own soul in another person's body, right? The union is said to facilitate spiritual awakening, but it often involves a period of inner work and transformation before they can come together in harmony. That's called the separation period, which can last months, years, or decades. Just saying. All right. You need to be patient with these things. Sacred partnership. This type of union allows for the deep transformative power of love to be expressed in its fullest form. It's not just about romantic love, but about both partners evolving together spiritually, supporting each other's growth and embodying unconditional love. Okay. And twin flames is also a sacred partnership. Okay. So you, as one part of this equation, need to be balanced, in love with yourself, healed, growing, looking out for yourself, needing nobody but yourself. The other counterpart needs to do the same before coming into union. I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's the way it is. Okay. Now, in outer union, the relationship becomes a sacred container where healing, creation, and balance happens. Partners hold space. That's why where they need to be healed each other so they can be a healing unit together. They need to hold space for each other's continued growth and healing, helping to reflect back areas where energies may be out of balance, because twins are mirrors to each other. Okay. Together, they manifest and create, blending the feminine power of vision with the masculine energy of action. The partnership harmonizes leadership and intuition, structure and flow, assertiveness and nurturing, allowing both individuals to operate with their highest potential. Now, what's the spiritual significance of sacred union? Sacred union is not just a concept for a relationship, but an ultimate goal, okay, in spiritual evolution. It signifies the completion of the soul's journey from separation to unity. It's a state of consciousness where duality is transcended, okay? The illusion of separation between self and other, masculine and feminine, material and spiritual realms dissolves. You begin to experience life from a place of unity and oneness. And I know there's a lot of twins in separation, but that's truly the wrong concept. Because even if you are in physical separation, you're the same soul. You're never apart. And I know that's not what you want. You want to be physically together. I know, I get it. But you're never apart, okay? So we need to let go of that to be able to come into oneness. There's also ascension and enlightenment. Achieving sacred union is often linked to spiritual ascension or enlightenment. It opens up higher levels of consciousness and connection to the divine. There's also higher love. The love experienced through sacred union is unconditional. Unconditional. No matter what. No matter if you did the dishes or if you took out the trash or not, no matter. It's unconditional, flowing from a deep well of spiritual awareness It transcends ego, attachment, and fear, aligning with the higher frequency of divine love. So, what are some of the practices to cultivate sacred union? To access the deeper layers of divine union, whether internally or in relationships, spiritual practices can be very helpful. Some of those practices are, we talked about this before, tantric practices. These emphasize the union of masculine and feminine energies through breath work, right? Sacred touch and conscious connection. Also, we can practice meditation and visualization, because practices focusing on balancing the inner masculine and feminine energies, such as imagery, the flow of these energies, helps the flow of these energies through the chakras, okay? Sacred rituals, like those involving the sun, masculine, and the moon, feminine, can be powerful in setting intentions for balancing these forces, okay? Shadow work, shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. Uncovering and healing subconscious wounds related to both energies can release blockages and allow for greater flow. Sacred sexuality, too. In intimate relationships, sacred sexuality can become a gateway to divine union, where sexual energy is used not just for pleasure, but for spiritual awakening and connection with the divine. And I'm going to throw this out there. Be careful. Be careful who you have sex with. Do not, men and women, just give it out to anybody, because you're opening yourself up incredibly wide to the other person's energy. It's the way that you unite energies as closely as possible, right? And you're gonna get that person's energy and karma and all kinds of crap, okay? Choose who you give that to. Choose who you give your energy to. Like that is the most intimate way to pass on energy from one to another. So choose wisely. Use your discernment. And I'm going to stop right there. Ultimately, sacred union is a powerful state of wholeness and balance, whether it manifests within you or through a relationship. It brings a deep sense of purpose, love, and alignment with the universe. Okay, friends, I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions and want me to expand on this topic. Also, if there is something specific that you want me to explore and go deeper in another life, remember that I'm going to upload this video as soon as it's available to the group, but you will be able to find it also in my YouTube and TikTok channels. With that, I hope to see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for another live. Bye.